Welcome back to the Southampton career mode. We are very close to the end of this third season. We're also very close to potentially winning a European trophy. We have FSV Mainz in the Europa Conference League semi-finals here today. We'll play the second leg after simming the first leg at home. And then the plan is to play Newcastle and Everton as well before tomorrow, or in the next episode in a couple of days, obviously with the F1 content, having Tottenham, West Ham and Leicester before, hopefully, a Europa Conference League final special at the end of the season before we push into Season 4. Obviously, we're hoping to not just qualify for the Europa League next year, but get into the Champions League too, as well as potentially challenge for a Premier League title. So, significant improvements still needed to this 11 and squad for sure, as we push towards the fourth and potentially final season of this Southampton save. But for the time being, we can only concentrate on the here and now, and the here and now is a European semi-final. Drop the video a like if you're continually enjoying this content. I'd appreciate it very much indeed. Make sure you subscribe to the ChesnoidPlays channel. Oh, dream start. So you don't miss out on any more of this save or the F1 stuff that is still coming to you thick and fast, and will only continue to get thicker and faster as F123 comes out. We couldn't have asked for more in the opening 5 minutes, could we? We're off and running in the semi-final. What did you think of Guardians, Tawonga? Own goal, James Ward-Prowse from the corner. Right, that's not gone well. FSV Mainz are back level. We were running. We've stumbled a little bit in our attempts to get into the final of this competition. Oh, but we were so very nearly in front again. FSV Mainz are on the attack here. We haven't found it straightforward in the knockout stages of this competition. Villarreal were a bit easier to see off, but Wolfsburg in the previous round were very tough and held us to a strong, hard-fought 0-0 draw in the second leg after we won the first one with the sim by a goal to 0, and we're leading by a goal again. Ludovic Blas has his second of the day, and we are back in front here and in the driving seat once more for a place in the Europa Conference League final. If we can add a third, I'd even contemplate simming. Yes! The second leg! And Ollie Watkins delivers, as I have the thought. It comes to pass. By 3-1, we lead against FSV Mainz now, and by 3-1, we will win against Mainz now. We might have the luxury of simming that second leg and being able to just saunter into the cup final, which will be against either PSV or Osasuna. That was the dream start to the episode. Now let's keep it going. 3 points with a game in hand. 3 points off Spurs. 3 points off Arsenal and Leicester, who we have 2 games in hand on. And 2 games in hand on Manchester City as well. If we can win every game remaining this season, we will be Champions League. Newcastle United. Koen Casteels in goal for them. Vanderson, Scher, Jimenez and Barr. Midfielder Joelinton, Kessié and Gavi, with Trincao, Ketelara and our former player, Alexander Ibrahim, on the left for them. They are strong, Newcastle. They are above us in the league, Newcastle. And win this, we'll be thrilled. Our Champions League potential future is absolutely in our hands here. We just need to see it through. It's loose from them early doors as well. Ward-Prowse out to Sulemana. Ravella starting here ahead of fatigued teammates. And Broja's in for fatigued Ollie Watkins. And Broja is banging that into the top corner. Armando is probably going to go out on loan next year, as Ollie Watkins will be my backup striker to an insert world-class striker's name here. New signing in the summer, but we couldn't have asked for a better start from Armando here at St James's Park. We lead by a goal to 0, his 13th goal in 25 games. It seems on paper like a stupid decision to get rid of him, but certainly I feel like there is an improvement to be made on the 2 that we have at the moment up top. And Ollie Watkins is the man that I get on with better. That's not to say that Broja is a bad player, but there are better out there. Oh, it's a lovely through ball. Joel Linton scored against us last time we played Newcastle. Denied this time. But all made by that sensational through ball. That was me attempting to clear the ball. He slid in, wiped him out, and surely we'll be getting at least the yellow card for that. And does indeed Aaron Hickey from the set piece. Short to Gavi, into the middle, and wide from Ibrahim. Although there is a foul in there. Hickey down the line and into Kamaldeen Sulemana. Forward to Hickey again. And driven to Armando Broja. Short to Hickey. And Ravella. Gallagher, Broja going across goal again. Kuhn Castells this time equal to it. Okay. We're starting to cook here at St James's Park. Tierney into Broja. Uses strength. Here's Ravella. And out to Teller. I needed to hit that first time if I was going to get it to Broja onside. And I didn't think he would be accurate enough with the cross. Broja's up with a header, maybe no. Brilliant effort by Conor Gallagher to get to that. I think that was on target by Ravella, but it was never going to go in. Ketelara's run straight into Luke Shaw. Comes a press from Newcastle, and Salisu's had a poor touch. Bazunu makes the save. Trying to just get away so then I could play the ball forward with Salisu, but as he was sprinting with it, he ran too far away. And it thankfully doesn't cost us a goal. It certainly cost us possession in the moment. Ketelara nicely into Joe Linton, and Bazunu having to make a number of saves now towards the end of the game to ensure that the Magpies don't equalise. Trincao delivers towards the back post well, and Jose Maria Jimenez meets it just as well. But still no equalising Newcastle goal. They are getting closer and closer. This half-time whistle can't really come soon enough as far as I'm concerned right now. And Broja, we are going to need a second goal in this game if we're going to finish Newcastle off, because they've been excellent so far. I thought we were going to get it there as well. Nicola Ravella in behind. And I read that as Alexander Ibrahim on the way in. It's not, it's Abdelakar. Ibrahim. Really shouldn't try and rush names when I see them, should I? Alexander is the name of the man that's come on in his place. Alexander Isak being moved out on the wide left for Newcastle here, unless, of course, they have a change in formation. Well, I mean, it's not what it was intended by Taylor, but turns out to be a decent dummy. But the secondary defender was able to step in and read it. Still, Newcastle have fantastic through ball ability in this team. And to Ketelara, still doesn't score. Wait for another killer through ball from the Newcastle midfield again. They have been plentiful thus far. It's unbelievable footwork from Joel Linton. He was never that good for me. Kessié, Trincao. Needed saving. Well, that was sneaking in the bottom corner. Bazunu makes a good stop. Half an hour to go. Newcastle is starting to wind up again in this second half. Trincao, little back heel. Manchester United losing 3-1 to Aston Villa right now. Not sure what that does with the league table around us, but you envisage Manchester United being near the top of the table. I think they are top, or they were top. So it's probably not going to affect our Champions League campaign, but the fact that a big side like that is losing games means that they're going to be fighting hard against other teams around them, should the fixture list have them coming up against some of the teams that we're battling with. If Man United win the title early, then they're not going to be trying as hard, inherently, against the teams that we're trying to beat to a top 4 spot, should they have them in their remaining fixture list. We are, however, going to get the victory here at St James's Park, but only because Gavin Bazunu made a number of good saves, and we would have been very critical of Nicola Ravella's poor finishing if we hadn't got the win. But we did get the win. We do get the 3 points despite Newcastle's 12 efforts, and that might send us right to the brink of the top 4. Second leg of the semi-finals of the UEFA Europa Conference League. We've decided to sim the second leg and have an extra Premier League game played today with the view of not having a one-game special for the Conference League final and just including it in the season finale. We are 1-0 up here already, and that makes it 4-1 on aggregate. And Ollie Watkins early doors in this competition again. And, well, turns out might be exactly the right decision to do this. We can concentrate solely on our Champions League spot push in the Premier League with regards to games we're playing, and then just the final when it comes. So it'll be Everton and Tottenham in the remaining Premier League games today as we look destined for a European final here at Southampton. We're definitely going to get there now. Ludovic Blas gets one as well, and we lead by 2. We're in. We're in. We've scored another. Ludovic Blas at the double again in this competition. And now with a 6-1 lead at half-time in the second leg, I think I'm going to make 5 substitutions. Mainz pull one back through Kasper Dolberg. That's 1. You need another 4 at least, lads. Spoiler alert, I don't think it's going to happen. If it does, it's the best comeback of all time. Apart from maybe that Barcelona PSG one a few years ago. Although there were question marks about that with some of the officiating, of course. The dive for the penalty. The fact that Luis Suarez's free kick... Well, sorry, the free kick that was tucked away by Neymar, I think it was, at the end, wasn't a free kick either. 4-1 we lead now. Joe Aribo off the bench to give us another, and it's 7-2 in aggregate. And I'm sorry, FSV, you are not getting through to the final here. It's a great run, though, considering the lack of quality in their team. Most of their players mid to late 70s. Kasper Dolberg, 81 rated as their best player. It's a brilliant run to get this far, but it is one step too far. And there's another. Kamaldeen Sulemana makes it 5-1 on the day. And 8-2 overall. Here we go. That's us through. And it... Ooh! It's going to extra time. And PSV win on pens. It will be Southampton against PSV in the Europa Conference League final. Osasuna fought back from a 1-0 first leg deficit to take it to extra time with a 3-2 scoreline. But... no goals in extra time, and then they lose on penalties, unfortunately for them. £2 million prize money, ciao very much. And then in the calendar, the final has been drawn after the final Premier League game of the season, although on a Wednesday, which is annoying. So Everton next, then Tottenham, and then tomorrow, or the next episode's season finale, will be West Ham, Leicester, and PSV. The Toffees have brought with them Jordan Pickford in goal still. Timotei Pembele, Tarkowski, Holgate and Williams. Onana holding. Daniel Violin, a Patreon player on the right-hand side. Jibril Sal, Doucouré, and I can't remember who was on their left. Neil Mopé up top. It was Dwight McNeil on the left. Brandon Williams, of course, formerly of us. You'll notice on the Everton, this alternate kit, they have just the, I think is it the castle or the tower or something from the inside of the Everton badge. I wasn't too sure what it was initially, but then it clicked in my head once I had a look at see what the Everton badge was on the other kits. You can notice that it is actually just that little castle. I like that actually, as a little touch. Cambridge United are actually discussing maybe getting a new badge for the club in real life, so I'm intrigued to see what potentially happens there. But at the moment, we can only concentrate on what's happening here. We are within touching distance of the Champions League spots. And if we can win this and the game against Tottenham, or even win this and just avoid defeat in the game against Tottenham, then we should be, I think, top 4 heading into the season finale tomorrow. Onana through to Jibril So, and out to Daniel Violin. It's done very well. Daniel inside to Mopé, and Bazunu has to be on the ball at his near post to stop Everton taking a 1-0 lead. This has been just as difficult as the Newcastle game. But we haven't yet taken the lead to have it to lean on. Still 0-0 here. Not anymore. Everton have the 1-0 lead to lean on. Abdoulaye Doucouré scored a worldie to keep Everton in the Premier League in real life. And he's just scored a pretty good goal here as well. Onana. Oh, it's going to find Mopé, and it's going to be 2-0 Everton. Just because our future is in our hands doesn't mean we can't still let it slip. They take a 2-0 lead here, the away side. And it'll be a brilliant victory for them if they get it. They look likely to at the moment. Really need a goal back soon. Ollie Watkins could get us it. Or help us get it. Ward-Prowse gonna have to go out to Sulemana. Trying to beat the man. Done well. Here comes Aaron Hickey in support, and back here is Conor Gallagher, and through that gap there is Ludovic Blas, and on his left foot he misses the target. Djibril Sow definitely failed. Oh, what a through ball. What a save. Salisu fouled the man as Bazunu gobbled up the loose ball. I don't think that's a foul, really. Penalty, Everton. Dwight McNeil to take. And he's Panenkaed it down the middle. When we were desperate for a result to keep our momentum going, we are absolutely not getting it. Gallagher, Alcaraz, and Ludovic Blas could have one back. We do. Go and get it. Go and get it. Go again. We need a comeback of Liverpool-esque proportions here. We did it against one Merseyside team. Can we remarkably do it again? Dwight McNeil. Salisu intercepts well. And Sulemana. Looking for Blas. On the left. Ludovic. I can't believe it. Oh, I can't believe it. Blas, Alcaraz, Ollie Watkins. Oh, give me a break. Well, we could be level at 3-3 here. It's still 3-1. I can't quite believe we haven't equalised at 3-3 there. Well in Salisu. Alcaraz through that gap for Ollie Watkins. Needs support. It's arriving here from Alcaraz. Tierney's again out wide, but Ollie's made a good run. We'll slot Ollie Watkins in, and Ollie Watkins, please. 3-2 with 11 minutes to still try and find an equaliser. Oh, it's still going to fall free to Gallagher, thankfully. Watkins still looking for Alcaraz. Please, please, please. Find a third goal, lads. Find a third goal. Tierney, Gallagher, Watkins, Ollie with the space. He's found the third goal in the 91st minute. A comeback of monstrous proportions against the Merseyside team once again. 4-4 at Anfield, 3-3 against the Blues. Super, super roll, super, super roll, super, super roll, super Ollie Watkins, super, super roll. Oh, final whistle sounds at St Mary's. 3-3 the score. Well, when we went 3 down, I was just distraught. But to have come back and taken a point could be everything for our top 4 fight. And with Tottenham, who sit directly above us next, and that point does keep us in touch with Leicester City and Manchester City as well, with a game in hand. If we hadn't drawn that, we'd still be 62, and goal difference would have been against us with regards to Manchester City. But because we managed to get that point, if we can win our remaining games still, it is in our hands. But with 5th placed Tottenham next, it's not going to be easy. Tottenham Hotspur's team is better than mine. Alex Romero in goal. Di Lorenzo, Christian Romero, David Alaba, Aymeric Laporte and Destiny Udogie. Maxence Caqueret and Jude Bellingham. Chukwueze, Harry Kane and Heung-min Son as the front 3. Romero and Laporte's faces showing us the wrong way around there, which is odd, but okay. That was weird. Let's see what happens in this one then. Oh my god, we did it again. With a comeback against the Merseyside team. Can we beat Tottenham and put ourselves above them in the league and in prime position to go into the top 4 by the end of the season, with Leicester in 4th still to play this season as well, in the season finale tomorrow, or in the next episode. I'm so used to saying tomorrow. Yeah, it's going to be pretty intense, I think. Down the line here to Sulemana. Looking for Conor Gallagher. Ollie Watkins is on his bike. And he's also offside. He's not. He's onside. And he's hit the bar. Oh, my God. Tierney. Gallagher. Support from Blas. Looking for Sulemana. Can't get there. Ollie Watkins inches away from giving us what would be a giant 1-0 lead against Tottenham. Doji with a lovely ball through to Heung-min Son. Don't let him shoot from range. Chukwueze out to Harry Kane. Don't let him shoot from anywhere either. Good block on it, but it falls to Destiny Udogie. He can shoot as many times as he likes, like that. Bellingham, on the other hand. No, thank you. Jude Bellingham in the midfield at 89 rated for Tottenham Hotspur today. And having the header from the corner that he won in the first place, but 0-0 after 20 minutes. Corner for Tottenham. 1 minute of added time at the end of the first half. Chukwueze delivers. Son is up. Get up! It's a goal for Harry Kane. It's a goal for Tottenham. Bazunu saves the initial effort, but unfortunately can't get up in time to stop Harry Kane from turning home the second one. I tried to jump with Salisu, but actually Bazunu was in the way of Salisu getting there. They got in each other's way when they were both trying to go for the ball. And Harry Kane punishes us for that miscommunication in the defence. His 17th goal in his 36th game of the Premier League season. And we are behind in the most crucial game of the season so far. Son into Harry Kane. Tackled. Hickey in the way again. Tottenham looking to build on their late first half goal by pressing and trying to get themselves a second. It would probably finish us off. Coming back against Everton is one thing. Coming back against this Tottenham side is quite another. If Ollie can find the ball to Ludovic Blas, though, we could be in. He's got Udogie with him. He's turned brilliantly. Ludovic Blas to equalise, and he does so. 1-1 at St Mary's. And if we can grab a goal to go in front, I'd be very confident of getting Champions League football for next season. Bellingham. Ow. Don't. When Kane stopped and just didn't shoot on his right, I thought, we've gotten away with it. With him on his own in the box there. And then I've tried to block it with Shaw. He's still got a shot away. But, oh man, with 12 minutes to go, Harry Kane from the spot. He always goes bottom left in real life. He's gone bottom right here. And Harry Kane gives Tottenham a 2-1 lead in a questionable manner. From the spot. That might be something that kills our Champions League hopes. I still think it's in our hands even if we lose this because we play Leicester. So I think it might still be, despite the fact that neither of us are in the top four at the moment prior to kickoff, it still could be ourselves and Tottenham who get Champions League football next season. But we will need to win against Leicester and whoever it is we have on the final day. Or Leicester might be the final day. So we need to win the game in between Leicester and now. I think it's... oh, God, I need to see the league table. But I think even if we lose this, it's still in our hands. Because of the game in hand. And I think this is the game in hand. Hickey. Teller. Ollie Watkins. I needed to go for the pass. It was never going to find its way on goal. Oh, Ludovic! You've got to bury that, pal. So sad, so sad, so sad. It's a 2-1 defeat at St Mary's, according to Tottenham. I need to see the league table to know what the season finale looks like. We have a cup final in there. The Europa Conference League, bloody hell. Why couldn't they call it something completely different? Champions League, Europa League. Why have it then got to be the Europa Conference League? I'm just going to call it Conference League. It's West Ham we have. So with 2 games to go then. With 2 games to go, we're 6th. Tottenham have now put themselves into 3rd. No, it's not in our hands. If we beat Leicester, and unless Manchester City have Tottenham on the final day. City have got Nottingham Forest there. We've got Leicester. So if we win both of our final games, we can finish at least 5th. Manchester City on the final day have Brighton at home. Tottenham have Everton at home, followed by Aston Villa away. It's not in our hands anymore. If we'd have gotten a point against Spurs, it would have been. Maybe? No, it still wouldn't have been. I needed the win. I needed the win against either Tottenham or Everton, and then it would still be in our hands. Well, Champions League football hangs in the balance then for the season finale tomorrow. And we will have the Europa Conference League final as well in tomorrow's season finale too, on my birthday in 2025. Oh, it'd be a great birthday present, but an even better one would be Champions League football. I'm not sure about that penalty at the end. It might cost us everything. Thank you for watching. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll see you tomorrow.